Леня, Леня, Леонид, хуй на телок не стоит. Леня, Леня, Леонид, лигу мутит и пердит. И на аукцион похож, нихуя он не за ЗОЖ. В баскетфутбик он играет, в ФВХ всех побеждает. Но все это, блять, хуйня. Леня пидор, сука, бля, Симы крутит, пиздобол, в жопу вставит ему кол. В ФВХ он гол забил, жаль, что в жопу пропустил. Лига от Лени полный пиздец. Один лишь Семен был молодец. Я респектую нормальным ребятам, а вам подсиралам жить плоховато. В жизни не выебал, вас бы и бомж. Как же хуй Лени на сладость похож? Иначе зачем вы стремитесь все взять и Леониду хуй полизать? Леня, Леня, Леонид, хуй на телок не стоит. Леня, Леня, Леонид, лигу мутит и пердит. И на Окси он похож, нихуя он не за ЗОЖ. В баскетфутбик он играет, в ФВХ всех побеждает. Кто заблочил, вот молодец. Леня Стефанов, хуй леденец. Кто леденец смог полезать, сразу, братан, трейд-то хоть мать. Симу нужны? Да нахуй надо. Леня в хачполе тренит, ребята. Похуй на лигу, ну и на вас. Крутит до миру, вот пидорас. Фихер успешный, в учебе ровно. По жизни фартовый, в одежде модный. Мамка накормит и денежку даст. Даник закинет еще про пробас. Лига работает, деньги рекой. Как жаль, что ты, Леня, пидор тупой. По совести делай, не будет предъяв. Со всеми будь честь, и будешь ты прав.
I think my rating is going to be like an 85.
I'm Cam Reddish. I play for the Atlanta Hawks. I think I'll be like an 85 by the end of my rookie year.
I'm John Morant with the Memphis Grizzlies. I want my 2K rating to be a 99. I want to earn my rating for how I play this season. So it'd probably be in the 70s somewhere, but hopefully I can get it higher.
Леня, Леня, Леонид, хуй на телок не стоит. Леня, Леня, Леонид, лигу мутит и пердит. И на аукцион похож, нихуя он не за ЗОЖ. В баскетфутбик он играет, в ФВХ всех побеждает. Но все это, блять, хуйня. Леня пидор, сука, бля, Симы крутит, пиздобол, в жопу вставит ему кол. В ФВХ он гол забил. Жаль,
And as things get...
Well, Kevin Durant is much improved as a defender, and maybe it's some overdue...
A two-way player to be sure, DA. Thanks. Tonight, two teams that like to slow it down a little bit, playing that half-court ball. Brent, we don't get to see that as often as we kind of have in the past.
Well, and that's okay, Kevin, because coaches who have a roster that's full of guys who they feel like physically can take advantage of defenses wearing down, or they're looking at their opponent as somebody who's not really patient defensively and wants to play through a 24-second possession, then if you slow it down, you might have more opportunities for post-ups, cuts, and late baskets because of defensive breakdowns.
Coaches knowing what they've got to work with.
Well, you got to know your personnel.
Yep. So Dallas will get the first possession. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for the Mavericks, Ayton is out there with Jackson. Then there's Doncic. Then it's Bridges. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the one spot. 4 on the clock. Here's Doncic. Unable to get that one. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 9 points last game out. Jackson from long range. It's rebounded by Durant. Here's Golden State. It's a 3-point game. And this matchup with Dallas, it's their first meeting of the season.
The game is the first of a 3-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round 1.
And I don't know if I'm going to call these guys rivals, but as conference opponents, they're still familiar with each other. Neither team will want to give an inch in this first meeting.
Here's Jackson. Following the score by Golden State. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, just 5 to shoot, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
Just insane length and leaping ability. Ibaka can reject shots from anywhere on the floor.
And it's White missing. The Mavericks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. On the wing, Jackson. Dallas moving it around. Bridges against Beal. Bridges kicks to Jackson. Buries it from three-point range. Jackson's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Beal from outside the arc. Sinks the three-pointer. Beal's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Warriors.
Oh, a little punch, counter-punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Now here's Jackson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis, and it's good for 2.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over them.
To the middle. And there's Bradley Beal on the assist by Durant. 8 points for Beal.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Well, I love his will, his take charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first.
Mavericks trailed by 5. Doncic with it. He's coming off a 16-point game against Minnesota. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for Golden State. Inside, and Kevin Durant with the slam.
Well, he's professional in everything that he does. Durant recognizes that opportunity and turns pro.
Kicks it to Doncic. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. The Mavericks shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. That free throw good from Doncic.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
And the Warriors making a change here. Hayes is checked in. Durant for 3. The Mavericks pull it in. There's the pass to Doncic. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Drops in the tray.
And I ask you, what can you do? This guy is a phenomenal decision maker.
And here are the Mavericks now, following the 3 from Kevin Durant. Jackson passes to Doncic. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Doncic has got 8 points. Outside, White. Durant kicks to White. No good with the triple. The Mavericks trailing. And here is Bridges. Not too proud of his numbers in that game against the Timberwolves, that's for sure. The score now all even.
His release is just so smooth from the mid-range.
Outside, White. Pass to Beal. Fires the 3. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Here at the midway point, what we begin to realize now, there were some underrated pickups in the offseason that are showing what they can do.
Yeah, these are the kind of moves where at the end of the year you start thinking about candidates for executive of the year because they've plugged some holes. They've had an acquisition that's made their bench deeper. And we start to see in an 82-game season that maybe in the 55th to 57th game, a pickup like that is helping them win ball games. This is where those guys earn their money, the general manager.
Not wholesale changes. Just one guy can change a team slightly, and that nuance pays off.
Oh, anything subtle like that, that's where really you tip your hat to the general managers who understood that at some point during the year, we're going to lean on this player.
Here's Hayes after Luka Doncic's bucket. And Hayes kicks to Beal. The three-pointer, no good.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And so here is Golden State. After Luka Doncic's bucket, Carter dishes to Beal. Got a piece of it. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Well, terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
The Mavericks leading. Fires from 14. Taken away by Hayes. Inside, Beal. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists in the game. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Doncic. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Some changes for Golden State. O'Neal's checked in for Carter. Johnson comes in for Kevin Durant. And Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Beal. And then for Dallas, Derek Favors checked in for Jackson. Harris comes in for Bridges. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. Here's Doncic. And it comes off the front of the rim. And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for the Golden State Warriors. Pass to White. Back to Bledsoe. Rejected by Harris.
Every so often, Tobias Harris showing you something defensively, and great timing to throw that one away.
And it's sent back by O'Neal. Harris against Johnson. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Feeds it to O'Neal. The turnaround jumper. Count it. O'Neal's got his first 2 points.
Good awareness from EB there. He knows that's his job. Get the ball to the open guys as the point guard.
VanVleet passes to Ayton. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Eric Bledsoe. Dallas shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Mario Hezonja's checked in for Ayton. The Warriors leading. Bledsoe kicks to O'Neal, and the pass to White. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Takes the 3, and a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in.
There's just no excuse to leave someone that wide open. Communication breakdown.
Doncic with it, wide on him. And Doncic gets it to go.
Yeah, this team would be in some bad shape, guys, if he wasn't scoring like this right now.
Down low, White makes it off the glass. White's got 5 now.
Bledsoe becoming more and more comfortable with the role of floor general.
Here's VanVleet. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Hezonja. Misses the 3.
Man, that's a clean shot, too. You got to sink those. He must be disappointed that he blew that chance.
And then Johnson with the dunk.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. So it's the Mavericks now, following the score by Golden State. Harris looking it over. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Not much you can do defensively. When Tobias is covered, he's still finding ways to score.
And White kicks to Bledsoe. Here's O'Neal. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And that was an easy one there. Just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
Here's Golden State now. They're on a 13-5 run here. Johnson gets the bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Pass to Doncic. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. He's got 16.
Yeah, this team would be in some bad shape, guys, if he wasn't scoring like this right now.
Another three for Golden State.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Mavericks trail by 9. Van Vliet kicks to Harris. Clock is at 3. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Well, Harris at 6'9" is a big body, and the defense has got to do a better job of pushing him outside the paint.
Shots good by Bledsoe.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Van Vliet passes to Favors. Hazonia with the ball. He's guarded by Johnson. Hazonia's shot is off.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Here's White. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
The defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
Van Vliet looking around. He kicks it to Harris. Over Johnson, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Warriors ahead, up by 12. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Kevin Durant provided insight into the chemistry of a team chock full of competitors.
You know, it's times where we argue and times where guys want to, throw blows, but that's a part of just being around guys for so long. And, but it's fun. It's fun learning more about yourself as a leader, as a player, and I think that's my next evolution.
And the mix of personalities for this Warriors team, part of what makes them tick.
Different leadership voices, all committed to winning. And I think within that mix, Durant is able to find his place and his voice.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a very convincing performance here from the Warriors so far.
A total team effort. Each guy looking to make the extra pass.
Well, as the coach of the team, you just can't ask for anything more. Obviously, this is propelling them to their advantage in the game.
Bledsoe is out there with White. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Johnson. And it's O'Neal in at the power forward. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Traveling has been a concern for the NBA for a while. For a purist like you, do you like that?
Well, you got to get from city to city, Kevin.
I don't think that's the kind of traveling I'm talking about here. Yes. I only ask you pay attention.
I'm sorry,
that's all.
Kevin.
It's a simple request.
Yeah, they're doing a better job. Some get away with it more than others. How's that?
What an answer. Thank you, Brent. Johnson in the corner. Off target from outside. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Dallas. Down by 15. A nice shot by Harris.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now here's Bledsoe. 20 points for him last game against Charlotte. Here's Van Vliet. Harris finds Hezonja over Johnson, and Hezonja gets it to go.
That's a shot he shouldn't be afraid to take more often.
Passes it to O'Neal. And again, no good by Golden State. Mavericks trailed by 11. To the left wing. Doncic with it. Wide on him. And the rejection by Ibaka. Bledsoe right side. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Lets it go with a three. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Eric Bledsoe continues to work on that range to get more consistent. That time knocks down the 3.
Hezonja kicks to Harris. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Pass to White. Launches it. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Mavericks trail by 15. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And that one's good by Favors.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Bledsoe passes to Ibaka. Here's White. Another 3 for Golden State.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Dallas calls timeout.
You know, and Serge Ibaka, a player who kind of came into the league as a defensive stopper, shot blocker. You know, still has great length and can bother shots, but not the prolific shot blocker he once was, as the focus has become more on the offensive end.
And the Warriors with some changes. Carter, he's checked in for O'Neal. Kevin Durant comes in for Johnson. And Beal subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And then for Dallas, Jackson, he's checked in for Mario Hezonja. Bridges comes in for Doncic. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Just 5 on the clock. There's Jackson with the 3. In the hoop for his 3rd make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. And with Ibaka at one point would average almost 4 blocks a game.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard for any player to maintain a pace that high at this stage. Ibaka's done well to adjust, I think, his capabilities and make sure he can still have an impact on defense. The block numbers won't ever be as gaudy as they once were, but he is still causing problems for shooters.
Carter with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And the Mavericks making a change here. Ayton's checked in. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Now here's Beal. It's a 13-point game. Outside Durant, launches it, and the 3-ball is good. Durant's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Harris against Durant. Shot from 16. Nice D from Durant. Warriors leading by 16. It's Beal on the wing. He had 16 points in the win against Charlotte. Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Durant for 3, and another 3 for Golden State.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes. The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Outside Jackson. Down low, here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
The pass to White. It's stolen by Harris. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, for Tobias Harris to take this step, getting away from scoring and finding teammates to become a more adept passer, that's good signs.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. One of my favorite moves is the Euro step. I know it's one of yours as well. There are a lot of guys that can do it well.
Well, I got to see Manu Ginobili step around me for years in San Antonio. But I think James Harden is still the most devastating Euro step player we have in the game. There's something about the lefties, isn't there, Kevin? We have a hard time figuring
they
a
throw
lefty
you off.
out.
They throw you off automatically just by the left hand.
Right.
Then
and
they add the little sidestep.
James Harden with the shiftiness and the way he moves the ball around and draws contact. I know there are a lot of people that get aggravated by that, but he's nearly impossible to stop, especially when he's got his passport with the Euro step.
He slithers. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 6. Dallas calls timeout. We've seen Smooth really having a great game.
Not sure what the defense is thinking, or if they are. They continue to let him shoot. That is bad defense.
And now let's take a look at the number of second chance points these teams have had over the last month. These guys never give up on a possession. Number 5, the Warriors.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
Beal with the steal. Outside Durant. Back to Beal. Lets it go from deep. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got 4 assists in the game.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Harris outside. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Dallas moving it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Harris. They get it again. Here's Ayton. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
An absolute beast inside. Love how Ayton uses his size to draw these fouls.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. The free throw drops for Ayton.
And you just have to be enticed by the skill set of Ayton, a 7'1" behemoth who plays with a lot of physicality and skill on both ends.
And so he hits both. Here's White. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
He also did a masterful job in that game of drawing a lot of fouls, so he's creating havoc for the defense.
No good from Durant. Mavericks trailed by 18. On the wing, Harris to the inside. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Smooth. He's really stood out for them over the past month. 2nd in assists and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And going back to him being second in assist, it's his ability to control the pace of the game, his peripheral vision. That makes him such a great floor leader. Drains it from beyond the arc. 19 points for Bradley Beal.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 6. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
For Dallas, they have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6. And he makes the first. Hayes, he's checked in for the Warriors. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. One thing I like about Adam Silver, he is always looking to break new ground, push the envelopes, and develop new areas of innovation.
Well, always forward thinking, and of course this league has always done that. Adam has found a new position in the league, having a chief innovation officer in place, somebody that's always examining not only how things are going in the league and maybe being adaptable to change, but examining what's going on worldwide. And you always see the way the league tinkers with and toys with Summer League and the way the G League competition sets up in order to try to find more ways to make the game more enjoyable or more accessible to the fan base.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Here's White, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. White's got 8 points in the quarter.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Here's Ayton. Buries it down low.
And this is where Ayton does the most damage. Inside, feels like he can score on anyone.
And White kicks to Durant. Back to White. To the paint. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Bridges. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Warriors leading by 19. Outside, White. Pass to Durant. Three-pointer. And another 3 for Golden State.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 8. Harris finds Jackson. Durant against Harris. Outside for Jackson. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got his 4th assist in this one.
And that's his 2nd in this quarter, guys. He's made 3 so far this game and is showing no signs of slowing down.
Now here's Hayes. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And that one's good. Durant.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
Yeah, we got to be a DEFCON 1 here, because at this point, he is so dialed in, you got to get him off his spots.
Harris against Durant. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot from 12. And Dallas again with the bucket.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Now the feed to Hayes. Outside for Beal. Tries again, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Wednesday, They'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Lakers. And then on Saturday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Hayes.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And the Warriors with some changes. O'Neal's checked in for Carter, and Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for White. Then for the Mavericks, Hezonja, he's checked in for Jackson. Doncic comes in for Tobias Harris, and it's Fred VanVleet in for Bridges. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. So it's the Mavericks now. Here's VanVleet. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That's foul number 2 for him. Now, here's Doncic. 16 points for him. The shot's good. Doncic has got 18 points.
Yeah, can't be frustrated at him tonight. He's doing his job. Like to see his guys step up a little more.
Bledsoe kicks to Durant. Back to Bledsoe. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. 1:27 left in the first half of basketball. And Durant sends it back. Shot from 16. Beal can't get it to go.
And his touch has just been a little bit absent this quarter, and he's missing a ton of shots.
You know, Greg, you hear that since Kevin Durant moved to the Bay Area, he's wasted no time making connections and investments in Silicon Valley.
It's interesting. He's reined in his endorsements by over half, but he's so inquisitive. I think meeting these tech luminaries and learning from them was part of the allure of the Golden State.
Here is Bledsoe. Following the score by Dallas. And there's Bradley Beal on the assist from Eric Bledsoe. Beal's got 22.
And having a whale of a game from three-point range. Drained 3 of them in that first quarter and has added 3 more here in the second.
Here's VanVleet. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Impressive at using the pick and roll. Ayton slips well to the basket after setting that screen.
Knocks it loose. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's VanVleet. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
To the middle. Here's Hayes. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Ayton.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Warriors shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
2 shots. Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. So he can't get either to fall. And so it's the Golden State Warriors feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the second half?
Well, we just have to do what we do, move the ball and wear them down with our ball movement, our cutting, and our spacing, and set better screens, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, it always seems to work out for you in the long run. Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jets. Bradley Beal putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 22 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they play well.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, there are a few areas they need to improve on, but perimeter defense is priority numero uno. They got to be quicker to close out on the three-point shooters, and you got to prevent the open looks. They weren't fighting through screens. They're just not doing enough, Ernie, especially outside.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
As we return to the action here at Oracle, a terrific look from above at downtown Oakland and the historic Tribune Tower. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Bradley Beal having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
Warriors leading by 17. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Jackson is out there with Ayton. Then it's Bridges. Then there's Doncic. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the point guard position. Dallas has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Kicks to Doncic. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Passes it to Carter. And White kicks to Beal. Durant for 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
Well, this might be a KD special here. Everything dropping early here, and the defenders already slouching.
Inside, and the dunk by Jackson.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
Outside, Beal. Another 3 for Golden State.
They're playing with a huge bit of confidence and some fire here. They've recorded 3 in a row here, guys.
Doncic passes to Bridges. Here's the teardrop. And Doncic finishes inside. Doncic has got 20 points.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
And Beal kicks to White. Out to the wing. Here's Ibaka. And another 3 for Golden State.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
And here's Jackson. Serge Ibaka making his last triple. It's good. 22 points for Luka Doncic.
Well, great start. Check that box. They've made their first 4 shots, guys, and the offense looking very fluid right now.
Shoots the 3. And it's White missing.
but only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Doncic kicks to Bridges. To the inside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Banked in off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 17 now.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And then Carter with the jam.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
And the Mavericks call time here.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for the Warriors.
And the 3 ball has been in the game plan, and it's been working for him. Having that distance shot in the arsenal, very effective way to spread out the defense.
Now here's Ayton. He's got 6. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points in the quarter.
This guy is looking for some life preservers. He needs more help. He's playing well, but his teammates have to pick up the slack here.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That is his first foul of the game. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That'll be his second foul of the game. Durant dishes to Ibaka. The three-pointer off the mark. Mavericks trailed by 18. The pass to Bridges. Out to the right wing. Outside Jackson. Over Ibaka. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota, where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Now, here's Bridges. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Down low. Dallas moving the ball around. Jackson has the open look. No good with the triple.
That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots. And they dodged a bullet there.
Durant kicks to Ibaka. Beal from long range. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Carter comes in with the double team. To the paint. Here's Ayton. Carter pulls it in.
Credit the defense, wisely avoiding fouling the shooter. Don't want to give up a personal there. And he made him attempt a difficult layup.
Drops in the tray.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Pass to Doncic. Down low, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Now we get a chance to check out Kevin Durant. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. He's averaging 20 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's a threat to go off in any game from anywhere.
I love it when guys tap back into that gift. All these guys at some point were that kind of player in their career. Fun to see it show up here.
First one falls for him. Tobias Harris is checked in for the Mavericks. He's off on the second. Warriors leading by 23. Feeds to Beal. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Beal's got 8 points here in this quarter.
He keeps finding great shots out there, and the opportunities are turning up roses.
Doncic kicks to Harris. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, Tobias, too strong. Gets inside, not going to be denied.
The Warriors making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. The Mavericks have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game. There's the feed to Carter, and then Carter with the dunk.
And just keeping his teammates involved. This is the kind of leadership you like to see.
Well, you could trademark this brand of basketball, running through the progressions and working around for decent looks.
Now here's Jackson. Warriors with the rebound. Carter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Johnson. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Got that one up quick. Bridges has got 7.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
In the corner, Ibaka with it. And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Doncic passes to Harris. Another 3 for Dallas.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Now here's White. 22 points for him. Yes, that goes in. That's 10 points for Serge Ibaka. Dallas has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. Kicks it to Doncic. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for Bradley Beal? Unbelievable play for him over the last month. 12th in scoring, 12th in three-point field goal percentage, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. That free throw good from Doncic. Some changes for Golden State. Hayes, he's checked in for Carter. O'Neal comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for White. Dallas also making some changes. Derek Favors checked in for Jackson. Azania comes in for Bridges. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Good on both. Warriors leading by 21. Bledsoe outside. And Hayes throws it down.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
VanVleet kicks to Harris. And he converts the layup. Harris has got 16 points.
Ooh, excellent work getting that close to the basket. Got to be happy getting those type of shots.
Passes it to Hayes. Golden State moving the ball around. And the rejection by Favors. Harris against O'Neal. Harris passes to VanVleet. Back to Harris. Shot clock at 6. Can he keep it going? And it falls over the rim and in. He's got 18.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Bledsoe kicks to Beal. Misses the 3. And it's Harris with the ball for the Mavericks. Trailing by 19. Pass to VanVleet. Harris finds Azania. Back to Harris. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harris has got 12 points here in the second half.
Yeah, I feel like he's getting more and more confident and might be able to take over in this game.
The pass to O'Neal. Good work there as it goes. And the Warriors lead by 19.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
And Doncic gets it to go.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Mavericks trailed by 19. Here's Van Vliet, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Harris outside. Clock at 6. Pass to Hazania. Three-pointer. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 6 assists here tonight.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Now here's Bledsoe. He has 5. Inside, and Hayes throws it down.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Here's Azania. 5 points in the game. Here's Harris, and another basket for Dallas.
This is a strength of Tobias Harris, finding good rhythm now in the mid-range shot.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Ayton, he's checked in for Hazania.
First personal foul, team's third. Checking in for the Mavericks.
1:31 left here in the third quarter. And O'Neal gets it to go.
A terrific movement off of the dead ball situation and a great play to get the bucket.
Van Vliet kicks to Doncic. To the middle. Hayes with the steal. And it's the Warriors on the break. And that one goes long. Mavericks trailed by 18. There's 57 seconds left in the third. Here's Doncic. And he uses the glass on the layup. Doncic has got 28 points for the game.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Passes it to Hayes. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Favors looking over the floor. O'Neal against Harris. That one, no good. O'Neal with the defensive effort. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Great D that time from Favors.
If they can just hold this now for the last shot.
Right, no need to give the ball back here. Run the clock down, be patient, and run a decent play.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 20. Harris outside. Over Johnson. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Warriors lead by 18. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California.
Don't miss the action. Your favorite NBA superstars are here to compete in a showcase of the league's top talent. It's the NBA All-Star Game.
And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
You know, coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Johnson. Bradley Beal is out there at Bledsoe. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Hayes in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Warriors' 5. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Johnson in the corner. O'Neal trying to break free. And it's Johnson. That time on the assist by Bledsoe.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Harris outside. Certain guys can play within themselves and still dominate. You played along one of the best that you saw up close in Tim Duncan.
One of the things I think about with Tim is how many numbers he left on the board, Kevin. The way that Coach Popovich played him, minimal minutes, touches when needed most, where Tim usually came through, but how much more dominant he truly could have been.
And he didn't care about numbers, did he?
Not at all. He cared about one number, and that's putting W's on the board. But how many more things Tim Duncan would have led categorically in the history of the NBA at the power forward position, but overall, the numbers would have been staggering.
Bledsoe kicks to Johnson. Beal the pass to O'Neal. 6 on the shot clock. Beal can't get it to go.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And that one is good.
You look at combo forwards that can help you provide some spacing out there. Harris right now spotting up and hitting.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Different look here for the Warriors. Carter, he's checked in for Hayes. Ibaka comes in for O'Neal. Kevin Durant's checked in for Johnson. And it's White in for Bradley Beal. Jackson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Bridges comes in for Harris.
How about the interior game? Eric Bledsoe with that size and that width as a point guard scoring inside.
Kicks to Ayton. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. White covering. Now Doncic. Here's Bridges. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 4 assists now tonight. Warriors leading by 20. Outside White. Back to Bledsoe. Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, just the length and explosiveness. Ibaka is a true force at the rim.
Pass to Doncic. There's Jackson with the 3. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
And White kicks to Carter. And again, another assist. Dishing it all over the place in this one.
He's tallying them up in bunches.
Now the pass to Ayton. The dish to Doncic. Do you see a lot of player tampering right now in the NBA?
Well, how do you define it, Kevin?
Well, if a player wants to go out and recruit other players that may be under contract with another team.
I see that a lot then, Kevin. I mean, it happens all the time. Players talking about what are you thinking about doing and about, wow, don't you think this would be great if we could get together on the floor in 2021? Let's try to.
But management doing it is a completely different animal.
Management cannot do it, although some teams have walked that tightrope a little bit to the point where they've fallen off in recent years. But the idea of players not ever talking to one another about the potential of being together.
Come on, right?
It's always happened.
Yeah. And here's Jackson following the 3 from Eric Bledsoe. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
Yeah, that's a nice response there, leaving a voicemail in return from the three-point line. Looks like we're seeing similar game plans right now.
He had a nice open look right there. 26 points for Kevin Durant.
And just when you think he might have drifted too far out, Durant, with his legendary touch, proves you wrong.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. White covering. Second shot opportunity. And Ayton with the layup.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
And White kicks to Ibaka. Right side, Durant. And there's Ibaka. That's good on the assist by Durant. Durant's got 6 assists now in the game. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That one goes in. And that's now 30 points for Luka Doncic.
Well, the rest of the team has looked pretty bad tonight, but he's done a fantastic job of scoring the ball and carrying the load on offense.
Now here is Carter. Did you ever think, Brent, that we'd see this many players, 6'10", 6'11", 7-footers, handling the ball and shooting like we're seeing them shoot from that kind of distance?
I'm hopeful for it. I've been hopeful for it, and it doesn't surprise me about what the league is. This is a very select group of people that have the right combination of DNA and genetics, and the fact that these guys are more and more capable with their skill set, not a surprise to me, Kevin.
So fun to watch, too. My goodness. And another assist for him.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. Pass to Doncic. Down low, here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
And so here is Dallas following the three-point attempt by Eric Bledsoe. Bridges kicks to Doncic. Over Bledsoe. Doncic, no good. Warriors leading by 19 points. Passes to Ibaka. Trains the three-pointer.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. White covering. Here's Doncic. And he can't bank that one in. Golden State's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Here's Durant. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul against Dallas.
He does so many different things on the court. Durant practically forcing the defender to foul him on that drive.
Brent, has there ever been a player who scores more easily with less effort than Kevin Durant?
Well, I know this, Kevin, that Kevin puts in a ton of work to make it look as easily as it does. There's just nobody that can match up with KD. And when he's playing like this, he gets out into the mid-range and starts to hit a few shots. Watching him be on fire for a night is a treat.
That's good from Durant. Brent, they're always trying to make the All-Star game itself more competitive. Is that an important thing to do?
I don't think overall it's important to do it, Kevin. I mean, it is an exhibition, but I do like the attentiveness of the players over the past couple years talking about how it is they want to approach the game. It ends up being a high-scoring affair with a lot of highlights, but overall, it's not the most important thing for the weekend.
Dallas has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Kicks it to Doncic. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And a moment here to check out who the Golden State Warriors have coming up. They'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Friday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Phoenix Suns.
And for the matchup with the Lakers, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
And this is where Ibaka is becoming a little more savvy. Just catches the defense off guard. All they can do at that point is foul it.
And he can't get the first one. They are now showing NBA games in virtual reality. You and I have actually seen some examples of that. They can recreate almost any angle. Have you gotten a headset?
I haven't gotten a headset, Kevin, but I have watched it. You and I have talked about it several times.
Many times.
It's an amazing experience, and it will only get better. But I really think about if I was a kid growing up in Germany or Italy, and I had an opportunity to pull on a pair of goggles and to watch the game's greatest players from a seat at half court or the cameras that they set up underneath the goal at either end. What a fantastic way to be enveloped by the NBA game.
It's a cool view.
It's a very cool view, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
He's just adept at gutting the defense in these sets. Give Doncic a passing lane, and he'll thread the needle.
Now here's White. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his 4th personal foul. Shooting for Golden State, Serge Ibaka. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And the first one at the line is good.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
Marjanovic checked in for the Warriors. Jeremy Lin comes in for White. He hits both from the stripe. The league and players union, Brent, both have expressed supporting guys who express their views and social concerns. You like that?
Oh, I think it's amazing the way the league has backed some of the avenues with which players have used their voices.
Embraced.
Well, extending well beyond just saying things, Kevin, because we know actions speak louder than words, and there are so many guys around our league that do important philanthropic work, but the fact that the league supports all of those things, the fact that you see Adam Silver show up at some of these events, or that there's press releases from the league office about some of the things guys are doing. There's amazing cohesion when it comes to the league and its players, because they understand that everything that they're doing has such a significant impact in the communities in which they live in and around the game with which we all love.
Well said. And that one misses. And here's Lynn. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Pass to Marjanovic for the three. The three-pointer is right on target.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, not a bad time to be ripping the nets from distance, piling up some major points here.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Doncic. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Man, if he's missing those kind of good looks, his team is in some serious trouble.
Johnson gets the bucket.
A terrific use of the floater, unguardable really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
Doncic passes to Ayton. As the league's star power grows, we see more players taking on roles in entertainment, which is kind of interesting. Do you think that's a distraction at all?
Did you know that I was in a movie myself, Kevin?
Why do you think I'm bringing this up?
Oh,
You have
okay.
firsthand knowledge of this stuff. Your fingerprints are all over this question.
Yeah, not a distraction. No, I mean, come on. It's an opportunity for guys to go.
It was fun, right? You loved your experience, didn't you?
I did love my experience. I did a couple commercials when I was in Los Angeles. It's a lot of fun.
And you were good.
You're amazing, Kevin. Thank you.
They won, and they won awards.
Thank you. The things did win awards.
I know.
You're very kind. It's not a distraction, though. These guys are kids. They want to do things. They want to do things musically. They want to be on stage. They want to be in movies. They want to do TV shows.
Too, right? Helps the league and notoriety and everything else.
Why not?
Here's Van Vliet, defended by Lynn. Van Vliet kicks to Favors, bangs home the trifecta.
Love to see it when he pulls up from the outside. A big guy with tremendous range is a prized commodity in today's NBA.
Outside, Beal.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
That's his third worst. The team's dead. Shooting for Golden State. Bradley Beal. 2.
Free throw good, Beal. Players are talking about the new sports science. Better sleep, recovery after lifting, playing, traveling, whatever it is. They say it's making a difference. What do you think?
I think it only makes a difference if the guys put it into practice, Kevin. Like as much information as they can hand out in a team meeting and sort of give you directives about how it is you should rest and when it is you can get your sleep. Players won't see those benefits unless they're as disciplined as they are with trying to get better in the offseason as they are with making sure that they get proper rest to be at their athletic best for competition.
Here's Van Vliet. There's the pass to Hazanya. Favors again to Baca. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
At the line for the Mavericks, Durant taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Favors. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for White. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill category that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14 having school and basketball and being at a facility for just those things specifically. The last few years, there's been a lot of concern with players being more adept and more skilled here in the States. The change is coming.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Beal.
Just a really solid effort on the offensive end. He was getting any shot that he wanted.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Jeremy Lin. Impressive team win tonight. What were your thoughts?
No, I thought it was a great effort, 1 through 15. Everybody just coming out with high energy and playing team basketball.
The ball got going and it led to a big win.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For